At this point, I'm sure everybody that wanted to see the crime scene photos actually seen them. Now, yes, they are horrific. And the people that are saying that they don't think they're that bad, I have to really question you mentally, because those photos were horrible. I mean, her neck was severed from her body. Like, how much worse did you want it to get? I'm unsure. I mean, yes, they are crime scene photos, so of course we expected them to be bad. But in the manner in which that unaliving happened is mortifying, for one. For two, if you really pay attention, crimes done with the type of weapon that they used, that's a personal vendetta. I don't believe Nicholas GODEJOHN did those. He specifically said he did 4 to 5. Where did the other 13 come from? Where? You have to really ask yourself that question. Furthermore, the fact that Gypsy had a chromosome disorder that stems from all of the issues that she had, including the feeding tube, the wheelchair, all of that stuff. When you look up that chromosome disorder, and it's this one right here. Now, this is not Gypsy. This is the poster child for this chromosome disorder. Let that sink in. Now, if you look up this chromosome disorder, all of the things that she suffered from stems from this right here. Now, I'm not saying that her mom didn't embellish her issues. She absolutely did embellish the issues Gypsy had. Okay, so it's not to say that her mom wasn't a con artist. Her mom was a con artist. Her mom was a grifter. But she did all of that to benefit Gypsy. Gypsy went to Disney every 2 years. Yeah. Gypsy got to meet a lot of celebrities. Even like her childhood neighbor spoke about how lavish her life really was and how Gypsy got everything. Her mom would have like a shed built of like Star Wars stuff because she loved Star Wars. Like, her mom made sure she had everything. It's not what people think it is. And the people that don't believe this, you really need to do your research. Becca Scoops is a good resource. This is someone that was in the medical field, that is educated on it, has spoken to the detectives, I believe, that really has great resources and a great way to allow you to be able to see the evidence unbiased. But the reality is, you know, the people that don't see it, I feel like they're committed to not wanting to see it. Gypsy isn't a good person, and I think people really need to realize that and stop overlooking it. I'm going to show you guys this clip of Becca Scoops because I do think it's really important for you guys to see this.
Up mom 10 times with a BB gun in 2011. So this notion that Dee Dee was allegedly physically abusive and Gypsy was nonviolent herself is absurd. This and a dog leash. She claims the leash was attached to her and attached to Dee Dee. So how was it chained to anything? The evidence showed no handcuffs or dog leash was ever found on the property, which was thoroughly searched and inventoried by the sheriff's department. According to sheriff's reports, a small pet carrier was found with bowls for water and food for the cats, but no sign that any dog ever lived there. Prison is where psychopaths hone their skills and where they learn to become career criminals. Gypsy's very, very good at interviews, where she comes off as smooth as silk. Lastly, Gypsy admitted she had set up Nick to be her. There is absolutely no doubt about why Gypsy Rose did not have to spend the rest of her life in prison. When she was arrested in Wisconsin and taken back to Missouri, she was at the mercy of Greene County prosecuting attorney Dan Patterson. This is an elected position. Patterson was elected back in 2010, and like any elected official, this is a political position. Patterson was the guy who made the decisions about who to prosecute and what type of plea deals would be offered in cases, or if a plea deal would be offered at all. Approximately 1 year after Gypsy was arrested, news broke that she was offered a plea deal.
Entered a plea in Miss Blanchard's case. So the ultimate ending of the plea was Mr. Patterson reduced the charge to murder in the second degree, and ultimately the agreement was for a 10-year sentence. I think all of us involved are it's relief. At the very beginning of this, there was the question of the death penalty on the table, and just uncovering the things that we uncovered throughout this case. Obviously, the anxiety level continued to rise, knowing that she faced life without parole, and ultimately, the sentence that we agreed upon is a testament to the amount of abuse that we uncovered that her mother was heaping upon her.
According to the Springfield News Leader, Gypsy's attorney claimed he was, quote, able to uncover decades worth of abuse that Dee Dee Blanchard inflicted on Gypsy Blanchard as part of an elaborate fraud scheme, end quote. Note, no mention of Munchausen by proxy. Prosecutor Patterson told the news leader after Gypsy's plea deal was accepted, he believes he could have secured a first-degree murder conviction in the case, meaning Gypsy Blanchard would have to spend the rest of her life in prison. But he did not believe that was fair because of the abuse Gypsy Blanchard suffered at the hands of her mother. Notice again, there is nothing about Munchausen by proxy. Why? Because this was never verified by anyone. In fact, on the same day Gypsy got her plea deal, the sheriff stated the investigation was still ongoing. Not only that, but it was revealed that one of Gypsy Blanchard's attorneys told the news leader that the attorneys are looking at all possible defenses, including Munchausen by proxy. That's where this came into play. Munchausen by proxy was going to be a possible defense strategy if Gypsy went to trial. But as with many defense strategies, these are just possible theories, just rank speculation, and has nothing to do with the truth. It's just something shiny to confuse a jury. The real reason why Gypsy got that plea deal was all politics, plain and simple. Prosecutor Patterson was told the court of public opinion, right after Gypsy's arrest, was for the poor abused girl, who appeared to be 12 years old in stature, with a voice that sounded like a small child. Netizens rushed to her defense, not knowing all the facts. Hell, the cops admit they were still investigating. Patterson felt he would be blasted if he tried Gypsy for first-degree murder. If he wanted to keep his political position, he thought, he needed to keep his constituents happy. This is why Gypsy got that plea deal. In fact, detectives who worked closely on the case told us they were flabbergasted when Patterson announced he would be offering Gypsy a second-degree murder charge and only 10 years.
So that, my friends, tells you exactly why she got what she got. It was definitely very political, and that's why these crime scenes resurfacing again to me is very interesting, because now the people that had loved her so much or had fangirled her so much now see this, and they're like, wow. And of course, she's still going to have her cult that's going to still believe her, but, I mean, come on. Are you going to believe someone that had their mom's head, like, detached from the body? That takes a special type of run, so I don't know.